We are now on to the second problem of 11.5 exercise, and we'll read the question now. The probability that Mr. Q hits a target at any trial is 1 by 4. Suppose he tries at the target 10 times. Find the probability that he hits the target subdivision 1 exactly 4 times, subdivision 2 at least 1 time. So here actually in the question there is no mention of binomial distribution. So how do we justify binomial distribution? We have to write this is a binomial variable. How do we understand? It's not enough we simply write like that. There is a basis for what we write, isn't it? And here we see there is an incident they are discussing. The person is trying to hit a target, and the probability of hitting the target is given as 1 by 4. So either he can hit the target or he does not hit. Hitting target is success. So not hitting the target is the failure. So only there are two consequences for the experiment. So only success or failure, only two possibilities, and also the number of trials is not extremely large. It is just larger than usual, that is 10. So obviously this is a binomial variate. Under any circumstances when the experiment is repeated, either he can hit the target or he cannot hit, that's all. There are no possibilities of a different outcome at all. So you come to the conclusion this is a binomial variate. So after writing that, we have to write the probability mass function. The definition of the probability mass function is like this. We write the definition, we don't prepare a table and all, because you have 10 trials. So the different combinations, everything cannot be represented in a probability mass function. So we write it as a definition, isn't it? So we write P of x equal to x is NCx P power x Q power n minus x taking value 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. up to n. And here the first question is probability of exactly 4 times hitting the target, which means P of x equal to 4. So substituting everything, you get 10c4, 1 by 4 power 4, 3 by 4 power 10 minus 4, that is 6. And no, we are not expected to simplify this because we are not using a calculator like the other stream of mathematics. So you can just leave this answer as it is, and then P of at least one time hitting the target, that's the second one. That is P of x should be either greater than 1 or equal to 1. So only possibility that we don't want is P of x less than 1. So we calculate it as the complement. This when you calculate, you have to calculate it for 1, P of x 1, then P of x is equal to 2, up to 10 we'll have to calculate. Instead of making such a big calculation, we can calculate it as the complement. The complement of this is 1 minus P of x less than 1, because ultimately whatever be the experiment, the total probability is 1. So this is 1 minus, less than 1 means only 0 possibility. So 1 minus P of x is 0, that means 1 minus 10c0, 1 by 4 power 0, 3 by 4 power 10. This both these are 1, so 1 minus 3 by 4 power 10 is the final answer. And as I told in the previous case, you don't have to calculate all this, you can leave it like that. Question number 3. Using binomial distribution, find the mean and variance of the following experiments. So there are two different experiments discussed under the two subdivisions, and you are asked to find only mean and variance. And here in the question it's very clearly mentioned that we are discussing a binomial distribution. So we don't have to justify and write this is a binomial distribution, etc. Directly we can go into the question. In subdivision 1, n is given as 100, number of trials is given as 100. Probability of success, that is getting ahead, is half, as we all know, because it is the tossing of a coin. And Q is the complementary one, that is 1 minus P, that is 1 minus half, it is half again. So the formula for mean and variance, mean is calculated as n into P and variance is calculated as n into P into Q, NPQ. So NP is 100 into half, that is 50 here, and NPQ 100 into half, that is 25. And here I would like to remember one thing. I would like you all to remember one thing. Here, you know, the value of NP and NPQ, which will be bigger. Obviously, NP will be bigger because n is multiplied by only one fraction, that is P. When a whole number is multiplied by a fraction, the value of the whole number becomes less. But when we calculate variance, we are multiplying n with the two different fractions, both P and Q. That means the value reduces still further. ஸோ மீன் எப்போவுமே வேரியன்ஸோட பெருசாக இருக்கும். ஸோ பைனாமியல் தியரமோட ஒரு மெயின் ஃபேஸ் ஒரு ப்ராப்பர்ட்டியே அதுதான், மீன் இஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் கிரேட்டர் தேன் வேரியன்ஸ். அதுக்கு காரணம் இதுதான், லாஜிக்கல் ரீசன் இதுதான். ஏன்னா ஒரே ஹோல் நம்பரை ஒரு ஃப்ராக்ஷனால் மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணும்போதே கொஞ்சம் வேல்யூ குறையும், இன்னும் 2 ஃப்ராக்ஷனால் மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணும்போது இன்னும் ரொம்பவே வேல்யூ குறையும். ஸோ மீன் எப்போவுமே வேரியன்ஸோட பெருசாக தான் இருக்கும். அது ஒரு விஷயம் ஒரு முக்கியமான ஒரு பாயிண்ட்டாக அதில் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. அண்ட் அது பேஸ் பண்ணி ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்டிவ் கேட்குறது கூட ஸ்கோப் இருக்குது. தட் இஸ் வை ஐ ஆம் டெல்லிங் யூ திஸ். அதே மாதிரி செகண்ட் ஒனில் n 240, p ப்ராபிலிட்டி ஆஃப் சக்ஸஸ்ங்கிறது கெட்டிங் அ நம்பர் 4. டைஸ் டாஸ் பண்ணும்போது 6 ஃபேஸஸில் 4 வரது மட்டும்தான் சக்ஸஸ், பாக்கி எல்லாம் ஃபெயிலியர்னு தான் கணக்கு வருது. ஸோ ப்ராபிலிட்டி ஆஃப் சக்ஸஸ் இஸ் ப்ராபிலிட்டி ஆஃப் கெட்டிங் 4, அதாவது 1/6. ஸோ q இஸ் 1 minus 1/6, 5/6. Mean is NP 240 into 1/6, that is 40. Variance is NPQ 240 into 1/6 into 5/6. So only limited cancellations are possible. You get the answer as a fraction. It is 100/3. Next is question number 4. The probability that a certain kind of component will survive an electrical test is 3/4. Find the probability that exactly 3 of the 5 components tested survive. So actually a component is going to be tested electrically, and the probability of survival is 3/4. And here you are asked to find the probability that exactly 3 of the 5 components survive. So the success is surviving. Okay, so small p is probability of survival, that is 3/4. So automatically q will be 1 minus 3/4, that's 1/4. And the number of components that will be tested, that is the number of trials, that is 5. And you are asked to find the probability that exactly 3 will survive, that means 3 success. We want probability of 3 successes, and this is either a success or a failure, either testing it right or testing properly and getting survival, or no survival. So this is a binomial distribution which is an ordinary experiment which results in only 2 outcomes. So p of x equal to x is NCx p power x q power n minus x, x belonging to the range 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n. So p of x equal to 3 is 5c3 p, that is 3/4 power 3, 1/4 power 5 minus 3. 5c3 can be simplified as 5c2 whose value is 10, 3/4 power 3, 1/4 power 2. So we simplify this, and this is 10 into 3 into 3 into 3 divided by 4 into 4 into 4, 5 times வரும். So after the cancellations the remaining is 135/512. Here cancellation is possible because for one fraction the power is less and also it is 1. So cancellation possible இருக்கிறதுனால நம்ம cancellation பண்ணுறோம். Whereas previous casesலாம் ரொம்ப பெரிய பவராக இருக்கிறத நம்ம cancellation பண்ணலை, நம்ம அப்படியே விட்டுருக்கோம்.